How many more times do I have to take attendance in my life? 1,
2.
All right, here we go.
Don't remind me of that.
Bees, these guys here. Of course, we know that they're, a little rough life around the world. Down in Argentina, scientists have found a wild bee nest made of plastic debris. Apparently, there's so much plastic crud out there, even the bees are starting to use it to make hives. An agricultural institute found the discovery after examining nests at the edges of crops in the San Juan province. One of the nests encountered had been built with bits of blue strips that consisted like of plastic shopping bags, which, if you didn't hear in the news, we are one signature away from banning those in the state of Oregon. And I don't know if it would be, I don't think it'd be effective immediately. Usually it's July 1st, that would be a little soon, might be next January, but no more. I don't know when the date for effectiveness is, but one signature with governor signed, that's it. You can still have plastic bags for vegetables and meat, but not the ones, with plastic. Experts fear the plastic lining in the nest cells could harm the bees by trapping moisture and harboring disease-causing organisms. These are bits of plastic. They look like potato chips, but to the bees they kind of look like leaves, I guess, and that's why they use plastic. Hey, more plastic later. New York City. You don't often see that. That is a whale. That is the Empire State Building in the background. It's crazy. Tell us all about it, please.
We end tonight in the waters off New York City, where humpback whales have made a remarkable comeback. Jeff Fuller has the story.
Now I gotta turn it up.
The American princess set sail on a whale watching expedition.
A friend of mine said, "Do you know there's a whale watch out of Breezy Point?" And my question to her was, "Are you high?"
Who studies whales.
What I'm looking for is the next blow.
And she's seeing more humpbacks swimming through New York Harbor.
When we think about New York City, we think Empire State Building, we think Statue of Liberty. We don't think humpback whales.
And we should. New York City is a water city.
John Cronin is a renowned environmentalist and now a professor at Pace University.
A humpback whale does not know that it's swimming through a city. That is what makes this such an amazing thing.
A whale sighting may look like an acrobatic display. The whale's fluke set against the city's skyscrapers. But this whale is lunge feeding, attacking fish called menhaden. Paul C's Werda, the president of the nonprofit Gotham Whale, says menhaden are thriving because the water is cleaner.
One of the things that brings everything together is this food chain.
Quite a change from the 70s and 80s, when Cronin knows the waters were a wasteland. As the first Hudson River keeper, Cronin patrolled this waterway for polluters.
Now, 30 some odd years later, it's how much better?
We're seeing some biological rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation spawned by decades of cleanup, which began with the passing of the Clean Water Act in 1972.
We should be cutting back the EPA, which provides funding and the technical expertise to clean up the nation's waterways.
Still, the cleaner water has lured back the fish that whales like Hatchie feast on.
This whale is very distinctive because it has a patch on the left side of its cheek.
Werda says that Hatchie also has a distinct injured dorsal fin. It was probably knocked off by a boat in this busy shipping area.
As human activity and whales come together, there are some concerns.
There are still obstacles to navigate, but given that humpbacks were on the endangered species list just a year ago, the recent sightings are a sign.
I have to hope that this is an indication not just for the water quality of New York, but that we're making that progress nationally. Jeff Fuller, CBS News, New York.
New York City's made some great strides in cleaning itself up. 30 years ago, it's a very clean city. All right, where am I? Oh, I hit the volcano. This is crazy. This is Indonesia still. No, this is not. I'm lying. We are in Italy now. Mount Etna. This is probably the world's most active volcano. This thing's been blowing up for years. Still goes, steams all the time. That's Sicily, right there. Bad place to build a big city. Here's at night. There's city. There's volcano. Very cool, right? Thing has been going nuts lately. This was just last 2 weeks ago. These people must live in eternal ash coverage. I mean, I don't know. Crazy. Daytime, and humans on Earth, we're constantly eating plastic. It's everywhere because it's in our oceans, especially fish. You eat fish, you're eating plastic bits, little microplastics all the time. 50,000 particles of microplastic each year. Crazy. Some experts estimate the level being absorbed by people is actually much higher. Of course, plastic pollution is entering the human food chain and environment due to the disintegration of plastic bags, bottles, and other litter, which is now reaching every corner of the planet. You gotta stop the plastic, right? So there's a phenomenon going on in the world. Our continental plates shift and move, and some slide under others. Occasionally, things get lifted up or lowered. If it's fast, it's an earthquake. If it over time, it can be very slow. You don't even notice it. And half an inch a year, a millimeter a month, whatever. American Samoa, though, is sinking. And not, the ocean's rising and the island's sinking. Bad combination, right? They'll be underwater before other people. The water around there rose 5 times higher than other parts of the world. And I thought, yikes, how can this be? Well, they figured out the island going down. Other places in the world, though, are rising, which would slow down the ocean level. New Zealand, a great example. This picture is actually from an earthquake about 4 years ago. That used to be underwater. And they had an earthquake, and the seabed was shifted up quite a bit. I mean, here's another part of that. As tall as a person. That's how much the land rose. This picture really shows it. On the left before, on the right, dry land all of a sudden. After this massive earthquake. So I guess sometimes so depending where you live, you might be sinking. Yeah, you might be getting higher. In Africa, the wildebeests are on the move earlier than ever before. Really, it's kind of crazy. Usually it's later June to September, but they started right before June began. Thousands and thousands and millions and gazillions of wildebeest make a migration across Africa from one feeding ground to another. Zebras hang out with them. Part of the day, the trip is dangerous though when you go to the water because you know who lives in the water, right? Yes, they do. And every once in a while you gotta be a little, you gotta have some agility, some ops, right? Get out of the way. And not everybody makes it. You just be faster than the slowest guy, right? Yes. Atlantic hurricane season, of course, started in June 1st, goes through November 30th. 12 named storms, 6 hurricanes, 3 major ones. We've had 1, but everything's high and dry. Not only in the Atlantic, also in the Pacific and the far Pacific. Nothing going on right now. When we get storm number 2, it will be buried. We'll see how far we get in the other part of the ocean. Alvin, waiting for Alvin still. Alvin Simon. High temperature in the world, Pakistan. Same city. Jacobabad. 119 degrees above, well stocked at 110. Not much changed on the way. Wild weather around the world. What happened? Someone dropped the powdered sugar? Crazy. The sky is clear as can be. The ground is white. This is actually still an incredible trail of hail left behind after a thunderstorm near Rutland, Colorado on Monday. 2 feet of hail in the center. And the clouds just, went away because they don't have mountains in this part like we do. So keep anything there. So the clouds go away quickly. Isn't that weird? Hail. Dumped right there. Roll cloud. St. Peter, Minnesota. Look at that thing. See that thing coming, you're going to run to the hills. World is ending. And then another weird phenomenon that happens mostly in Africa. It's called a habub. It's an Arabic word that must mean big dust, stormy, windy thing. Anyway, it happens when moist summer monsoons come from the south and dry northeast air comes from the north. The same thing can happen in the United States from the Gulf of Mexico and then air coming down from Canada. In Lubbock, Texas, these boys are at baseball practice when this thing started rolling in.
Just keep playing on. Play on.
No, their coach is going to say, bring it.
If I saw that, I'd be like, God is ending the world once again.
Think so? A big wall of dust coming at you,
Like,
really.
get the hell underground.
So that's one view. Yeah. Oh, you gotta go get good pictures. Man.
I feel like if that car touches it, the car's gonna get flipped and rolled with the
So there's
clouds.
one view. Here's someone's private video just from their house going, what the heck? I'd be closing all the doors, windows, locks.
I'd be in the basement.
We do not have the right conditions for such a thing here in Oregon. At least not in this part of Oregon. Central's good. Another look at it rolling into your town. Isn't that crazy?
I imagine if it hits anything, it's gonna like incinerate it.
Yeah, like it's gonna break your windows.
It won't though. It's just dust.
Yeah, but like it looks like it like
And
if
then
it
look,
touched
this
the-
great picture. Look at that.
That reminds me of it looks like it's like acid.
What's that?
Acid dog.
No, I didn't have any after pictures. Sorry. Hey, down in Austin, they had this rolling in. Big storm. It got dark. Yikes. Big dark clouds. Look at some of these shots here. Crazy, huh?
How'd they get that split-second shot?
Well, you take a million pictures and get the good ones. Look at this.
To be honest with me, I probably have my phone with me.
This is a movie. There you go. Watch this stuff. Oh man, that was so short. It is very short, as I remember. But one more time, you ready? I hope. No, let's go back. One more time. There it is. Craziness, huh? Wow. And then this one here, someone shot. I think. There we go. You don't get anything fun like this. They just get flashes. They get like this cool, like fight in the sky.
They're gonna rave.
And I don't know what to think when you see this. Who's gonna win?
Wait, look, it's like the bridge that Thor uses to get down to Earth, mixed with Zeus
Then
trying to
the
kill him.
sirens went off, the alerts on TV, and then they said, well, the hail size is about grapefruit. Oh my word. And so I texted my sister, said, you guys gonna be okay because this is close to you? And then she put this video up. This is her backyard. Here we are. Wind, lightning, whatever that thing is. Oh my.
Look, for plastic.
I know Nico probably threw a bed somewhere when that's happening. And look, Godzilla came. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's classic. Hey, we've been through most of them. Matter of fact, I think that Toy Story just started. No, I think they did.
No, it didn't.
Are you sure? Wait, let's check the date. I think I heard. Oh no, coming up. Okay.
We're watching it though. I want to go to theaters and watch
So another 9 days, and then Lion King, and then oh my gosh. Ready? With your eyes. Here we go. What do you see?
a horse and a frog.
It's a horse and you're drowning. I'm nervous because I don't think I have my slide where he turns sideways. I thought you have to turn your head.
Oh.
You have to turn your head with your right ear to the ground.
Yo, it's a horse. That's trippy.
Now we're frog. Dang, remind me to go fix that. I gotta add the slide back in where he turns.
Well, why do you have to add that? You're not going to be here to show it again.
What about the 3/4?
He makes everything better for them.
Come on. Florida has some weird names. Something, right? This was seen out the window in your neighborhood. Pretty big fella.
He's just sunbathing. Leave him alone.
And of course the trapper came. Gotta get Gator out of thing. At least this guy's wearing shoes. Like the lady. And he's got him. Now it's just a tug of war. Hey, but the mouth is open, dude.
Help carrying?
What if the gear just has to be, I know. And that isn't a stick, is it? Usually you have a stick you can keep in back. So Gator's obviously mad at this guy. Later on, when they're loading him in the truck, Gator headbutts the trapper, knocks him cold. Watch this. See the sunglasses go fly? And it hits the deputy with his tail. He did not want to go. And that trapper is out for watches. Watch the sunglasses. He said no. And then he said, get away from me, officer. Quit touching my tail. Whack. So he did. He knocked him out. He's gonna be fine, but holy cow! Watch one more time. Very good. Spin. Boom.
The glass is fly.
Now this gator, for some reason, they released him into a lake rather than do the usual, you know.
I would have just shot a gator.
Yikes, dangerous job, folks.
Not the most dangerous one.
Hey, in Long Island, New York, police are baffled. They're trying to find the owner of this 12-foot wooden giraffe. It was found chained to a tree. Officers said a pair of workers discovered the toy with its legs duct taped to the ground and torso clamped to the tree. Police chief told reporters that no wooden giraffes have been reported missing in the area. It's obviously stolen, but we don't know from where. You figure you'd notice your 12-foot giraffe missing. If it's yours, you can claim it. It's at the prison or the police impound yard with cars and other things they have found. What's that?
Maybe they like somebody put it there on purpose to like make it be funny joke.
Maybe.
What if it wasn't even stolen? What if they bought it off like eBay or something and put it together?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? This is weird. I'm wondering why. Why are these cars going to show up? There's a Mustang. I don't understand. I don't know.
That Mustang.
That
looks like my dad's car.
Those must have been left over from something. That was the weirdest thing. I have no idea why. All right, moving on. Hey, Eagle Point, Oregon. Our own park. Eagle Point, Oregon. Hey, the West might not be as wild as it once was, but a Southern Oregon ghost town. Sorry, I added the word ghost. What am I thinking? A Southern Oregon town got a taste of some good old-fashioned cowboy justice Friday morning. A man and his horse happened to be in the right... People ride their horses around Eagle Point. Okay. A man and his horse happened to be at the right place at the right time to stop a would-be thief at a wall outside of a Walmart store in Eagle Point.
What's he riding for?
That's not an actual thing, is it?
Oh yes, this is true. A woman was walking in the store at 10 a.m. when she saw a man take off with her bike. She began yelling. A man with a horse trailer jumped into action, taking a horse out of the trailer and going after the thief. The cowboy then used the lasso. The cowboy then used the lasso to catch suspect and hold him there until the police.
That's a woman.
I feel like I'm gonna give that man a reward.
It's like the dude who like trips the.
I use a rope every day.
Look,
How I
it's really
make my
based
living,
on
he
this.
said. He catches cattle pretty good. He meant well, but he said good. He catches bandit pretty good too. I'm adding out relaxing.
I can't compatible with you too.
Oregon. This is in my friend's yard. She went out to do some weeding. She has these things called daylilies. They make a lot of leaves, pretty flowers. And she went underneath the lily plants to start weeding and found this. We have no idea who or what that is. They built a nest. Do any of you have knowledge? Do chickens ever build a nest? No. Because she has a chicken that roams her neighborhood. Somebody's pet chicken. So it's called named Hammy. So it's one. But chickens wouldn't lay egg after egg after egg. They do like one a day.
Yes.
So I said they're cobra, but I was joking. Or raptor. You really think? But does a snake build a nest? That's an actual woven bird nest type thing.
No, snakes don't make
Why
nests.
are there snakes?
Those are big eggs, or little teeny things.
No, they give live birth as those things.
It's a dog. It's like a dog in there. He's just gonna take a shot.
I don't know. It's a mystery. When they hatch, or I don't know,
I
they probably
think
never
they're dog
will.
eggs.
Weirdest thing ever. I don't know.
Probably bird eggs.
Some kind of bird, I'm sure. Alright. Wait, not Troutdale. I want this one. Is this Portland, Oregon? Please be Portland, Oregon.
Oh yeah.
In Portland, Oregon, there's a little spill the other day. This truck tipped over on the highway. Spilling. What did it spill?
Soda.
Anyone hear it? Gatorade. What? All over the
Terrible
Look at that. Yeah. Let's see what we have. We have Mountain Dew, crab meat. What else? Skittles. We had Skittles. And Gatorade. Crazy stuff. Close the highway forever. Forever and a day. Where am I? This thing's out of control. I am in Walworth, New York. So a room, well, here's the fire in the house. Yikes, right? And it was a room full of this stuff. It went up in smoke during a fire at a house in New York town. And Wayne County. Oh, for those of you that don't know, that is marijuana. Legal here, but not in New York. Not yet, anywho. Hey, once the fire was out, investigators found 40 to 50 potted marijuana plants under grow lights in that upstairs room. Electrical malfunction started the blaze. Yikes. Now that's not, it's a tragic story. This little raindroppy ready thing shows the street it's on. Here's the best part of the story. The street's name?
I
Cannot make this up.
Michael.
Hey, Palm Beach, or Palm Coast, Florida. At 9:20 in the morning, some people had to be careful out on the streets, and police stopped traffic for someone crossing in the intersection. At least they were in the intersection, better than most pedestrians. The gator. The alligator said, I'm going to use the intersection. It took 30 seconds for Gator to walk across the street. Once it was across the street, the officers went over and did the tape the mouth shut. Apparently tied the leg up to. Here he is, the prisoner. They did release him into the lake as well, so very, very nice. It happens all the time, though. They even have gator crossing signs. Watch out, stop for them gators. Don't want gator. And then look at this cute scene. Mama gator and
I would kill.
Those things still break your finger, even that little.
Do you notice
Snap
that
it in two,
the
man.
car door is
Oh,
open?
Crazy.
Someone got out and took a picture.
He ran all the way over there.
All right, Ridgefield, Ohio. Let's see, are my stories in order? Oh, goody. Hey, an Ohio man, they got an unusual call at the police department. A man reported he was being followed home by a pig. The North Ridgeville Police Department was skeptical and assumed the man had been drinking. Night shift responded to the obviously drunk guy walking home from a bar at 5:26 a.m. Police wrote in a Facebook post and shared it 1,050,000 times. He was at least drunk enough to call police on himself while he was hallucinating. But guess what? There really was a pig. And the police captured Mr. Pig and put him in their car. And then they posted also, we want to mention the irony of the pig in the police car right now, so that anyone thinks they're funny is actually unoriginal and trying way too hard.
That's funny.
Headline.
Man forced to climb through giant mound of poo dumped under the car.
Yeah, this was an unfortunate scene. This is a. Am I pronouncing the car right? Peugeot. Anyone know those? They're fancy.
Is that funny?
Fancy. 2008 car. Had a little crash with a dump truck carrying manure all inside the car.
That's grease.
Kind of gross. I hadn't seen anything like it. The car was completely totaled, covered with manure. There it is. This is what the car looks like new. I'm sure it's got a hefty price tag.
Oh, that is.
Now it's all pooey. From Richmond, Virginia. Oh my gosh! Police got this call that a soldier had actually stolen an armored vehicle. Then he led police on a 2-hour chase. Here he goes.
What the hell?
Police say the suspect, identified as Joshua Phillip, 29, of Richmond, Virginia, took the vehicle to Fort in Blackstone, Virginia, before 8 p.m. His unit was conducting routine training at the time. He then headed north on Interstate 95 before entering Richmond. As far as chases go, it wasn't high speed. That tank can go, or that armored vehicle can go 40 miles per hour top speed.
Is that a Prius?
They finally got him though. They've stopped him.
That's
They bought a
SWAT.
truck. This story is not anywhere near here. I need to go to outer space. Now I don't want you to say a word. Do not interrupt me, or I will get rid of you. Apparently, NASA, although it's not, I think they need to up the program, has in development some program where you and I could go spend some time on that, the International Space Station. Now, it is kind of one of my dreams. Any of you fans of the Big Bang Theory, you know Howard got to. You never seen that one. How do you get there? On one of these. A Soyuz Russian rocket. It launches from Kazakhstan. Thing's been upgraded. You can get there in 6 hours. It's 250, 100 miles above Earth. Once that rocket takes off, then you're in that thing. You dock, you connect to the International Space Station, and then you get to hang out for it. Now, getting to outer space is kind of spendy. A round trip ticket costs $58 million. That gets you there. Then, you want to spend a few nights? You can spend up to 30 days, $35,000 a night.
No.
So if you wanted to spend a whole month, it's $59,050,000. A few weeks ago I said, really don't bring me anything, although I appreciate the cake, because that's consumed and gone. But if you were thinking retirement gift, couple nights.
I'll give you the ticket.
You know what though? I don't really want to go. Forget the International Space Station. I'm holding out until they can give me rides on this. That's where I want to ride.
Flying carpet.
Hey, years ago when babies lived in the big city, they didn't get out and get a lot of fresh air, so someone said, you know, you live in a high-rise building, your baby needs fresh air, we know exactly what to do, get yourself a baby cage. Baby cages were used back in the 1920s and 30s to ensure that children got enough sunlight and fresh air when they lived in those high apartment buildings. There's one, here's another. Hey, that baby's bare bottom looking a tan, I guess. Here's this one looks real happy.
He's like, I'm gonna die.
Alright. Well, Neeko. I showed my home room this little video on National Donut Day, but I believe the box was empty, the version we saw. Here's another version of Neeko celebrating National Donut Day. Not only he's got the donuts.
We have a Dunkin'.
We don't anymore, I don't think. We used to.
Don't get me hair in those donuts.
We have a Krispy Kreme, but we don't have
the old Kmart parking lot that is now Papa Murphy's, that used to be a Dunkin' Donuts million years ago.
That is so
Don't get any
They've been
hair in
hanging
my
out with
donuts.
so many friends. Here's Weldon, Rocco, Neeko, and Fife. Weldon is the cutest little thing. He is so cute.
Which one is
And
it?
then Rocco, in order. And then Rocco's the guy, he cannot walk. He's old. He's a little older than Darby, which is crazy because Darby's 14, he's 16, because together they're 30, which is insane. But Rocco is the one that's really famous, Today Show, all that jazz. So he's a good one. Here's Fife in the water. Rare video. We're trying to get him used to the water.
Keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What's the
The other dogs are like, dude, you're doing Oh, poor Fife, poor Fife.
Just waking up in the morning, got a few
This bad song, I don't know.
but
Don't say any words. No, really?
in the dark, don't small. And mama cooking breakfast with no I got my grub on.
Okay, enough of that. Is it going to be bad? You made me nervous because you said yes.
It is.
It is.
When did the bad words start?
It goes like the middle, then the
Yeah,
end.
you have to listen to this. Anyway, they're there with all their friends, swimming, and Fife's getting, look, he's in the water again. This is really, yay, getting your feet wet. Of course, on the way home, we all have our one friend, right? I have a complaint. Why are Instagram music so loud? Do they not have a volume setting? Gracious, every one of the videos on there. They're so tired, look at them. The gals are in the zone. Neeko or Fife's finding out.
Oh, look at that. They're not even. It's not their brother.
vest was a little big, so he went to the Paws Pet store to get properly fitted for a life vest. So now he's ready and Neeko won't make fun of him. I'm just glad you're trying, buddy. And then later that night, of course, look, the best of friends.
Oh, that wrinkly skin.
Now, Fife and Zelda still have this love-hate thing going on. He's like, how do I get up there and get her? Neeko, he's just chilling in the sun. He knows what's going on.
It looks like God's like shining down on
I
him.
met a turtle the other day. Wasn't sure what to think of this guy. Of course, Neeko and Zelda are buds. They've had so much fun meeting you. Of course, you were the group that really got to meet Fife. You know, there he is. There's Neeko. A little bit more from Neeko later, but it is Wednesday?
Yeah.
It is Wednesday. Tail wag Wednesday.
Last tail wag.
Sorry. Did you hear about the kid that allows dogs to go inside and they also give out wine? And in Texas.
Ooh.
Doesn't surprise me. All right, moving on. Lake House View. Neeko chilling. He hopes you get to chill a little bit in a couple of days. You are here.
No, I'm
right there. And it is time to take a little break from this place.
Yeah.
Don't come back.
Break.
Don't come back for a
Clap it up.
while.
Break.
It'll be
It'll
for another year.
Put those school buses away,
Oh.
and all the students are happy like these animals.
That's a fake slide.
He's just constipated.
Yeah, we know what you're up to.
He always
Mr.
looks
Allen.
happy.
And if you don't, if you're not a social media person and you don't follow him well, he will miss you for sure. If you don't get in there, Freaky Neeko, I'll show you later. I can Freako
Do
Neeko.
we follow your Instagram?
Have a grand summer. Now you know what happens though. Friday will start, and then you're this. We're gonna want to break time. Hey, do some fun stuff. Head down to like Walmart, find the poop. Right? I know it pays $20 for these, but at this one particular Walmart, somebody took a bunch of them and just put them in random places around the store. How fun would that be, right? This was embarrassing. Oh my goodness. Over 17 million people, they did a survey, and over 17 million people, adults, believe that brown cows are the source of chocolate milk.
They're slow.
Every cow is getting white.
Yeah, 17 million dummies out there.
Cows
Let
are just
me
white.
tell you.
They put chocolate in it.
No chocolate.
Wait, is it?
Hey, up in Gig Harbor, Washington, they have a festival very similar to our Rose Festival. This was seen recently. Do you see it? Do you see it?
Giant duckies.
Amongst all the ships, a giant rubber ducky. There he is.
Why? All I can see is why. I imagine like from Pirates of the Caribbean. That's the greatest pirate I've ever seen.
Alright, well that's not true either. You had one job, sometimes it goes well, sometimes not. What about this? Whoa! $100.
Well, you know, if you like both, might as well get them.
Here's another fun thing you could do at the store.
Whoa.
Switch the
My dog.
things around.
I hurt my cat. Special ed. He's special ed.
Yeah. Not Superman.
He's special ed. Special ed.
Yes. Crazy.
Boneless chicken. It's eggs. Wait, and then they're gonna become chickens.
Wait. I think that's what's in that nest, right?
Landon.
Ball of water.
Apparently Asia has very obvious labeling laws. Just tell what it is. What about this? I mean,
I've seen that all the
I know, she might not be.
Stand up.
What would you do?
Skip a stand
they need
up.
themselves.
Removal of their own roof.
This was an advertisement over in England for a lawnmower.
Right? That's lower. 60 pounds.
Plan ahead, folks.
2012.
I guess I'm adding to my list of places that I want to visit. I really would like to see crab boat.
Crab boat.
Oh, so smart.
I can't believe you're gonna figure that out so fast.
Oh, that's not stupid.
Wow.
Oh,
That
that's
is
really.
scare you?
You dirt.
You ever really pay attention to where things are made?
Made in Cheyenne.
Made in chain.
I
think I've seen that.
You usually spell that, right?
How do you do that? You move the Tell me when you get this one, Smarties.
people say icy is the easiest word to spell. That's not spelled right though.
Two E's.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Two E's though.
You know why? I see why.
Oh.
Oh yeah, these three got it. I see why. That's the easiest word to spell. Okay, we'll try later with some. I see why.
You guys don't get it?
Do you guys not believe it?
We should divide the room. Those who get it. Okay, here. Read the sign.
Cotton chicken candy nuggets.
Cotton chicken. The candy nugget sounds good no matter what you do. This has always been my rule, except you do need to grab something Disney before you do it.
Evacuation plan. Run.
Yeah, if we had a fire drill, we're boosting out, bro.
Run.
There's a story behind every sign.
Flush for a maximum flush of 30 seconds before drinking.
Yeah. I love this.
You know that someone has tried
I
that
think I've
before.
shown this one before. In America, we have emergency.
Emergency room.
So, this little kid was doing his verb assignment. Brainstorm verbs. What do you like to do with your friends and family? Complete the sentences below with action verbs like jump, dive, float, or swim. I like to, I like to, I like to. What did he put?
Move it, move it. I don't think they move it.
Oh, he's
A
smart.
plus.
I
A
like
plus.
Do not stand, sit, or climb only on zoo fences. If you follow animals, can eat you, and that might make them sick.
Watch out for the animals, folks.
Beware of the. Oh no! Oh no!
You know, playing fetch with the dog is fun. You know, when I mean Neeko doesn't fetch, but when Jacob was around, the golden, you know, he'd throw the ball all day, every day, or the stick, or whatever. Apparently, this dog was really good at that. Well, all that. Everybody. Speaking of dogs, watch sticker placement.
Cooking your dog.
Oh, yeah.
Tasty,
Yeah.
healthy.
Where's Zeke?
Tasty, healthy, and safe recipes.
Which seat is yours? 16, 2, 3, 4, 11.
What? Math. Counting.
See those? If you can't make them out, there they
I
are.
don't think it matters. You're
I'm
slow.
on seat 11.
How you count?
Be careful when you're buying stuff.
$10. Was 30. Save 20.
Oh, that's not
Half price. That's not half.
There's the problem. There you go.
good enough, Jared.
Put them on sale.
$59.
$69.99. Baby's footwear, baby.
We're on sale
I know
first.
Safeway, you tricky expensive
Buy 8
people.
or more.
I hate that
79 cents each.
What's 8? I can't stand when you have to buy so many. I think 8 is like a lifetime supply. You know, I've never Ubered or what's the other one? Lyft. I've never done any of them. But you know, the app and it tells you they're coming, going. In case you've ever wondered, you know, who's coming.
Jesus is right now in Honda
In
Accord.
case you were wondering, right? There you go. Hey kids, math is important. Math is important, so you don't get tricked out in the real world. Here's one reason.
Wristband and ticket. One ticket is the
You don't save $5.
Save $5. 20.
Hey, let's get 20. We save $5.
You spend
Although you want to be careful if you're ever doing math, because this could happen to you.
5 arrested in math lab bus.
Supposed to be meth lab.
Be careful in the math lab. They're coming after you.
People don't like math. North, south, east. South and east.
Never waste every sausage.
Oh yeah, that's good right there.
Never eat soggy waffles.
Elephant water.
I don't know if that one's worse or this one.
North, east, south, west.
You know, if the car mirror breaks, the rear view or the side mirror, and you gotta have one. You're supposed to be behind. What do you do? Not bad in a pinch. Obviously, hopefully there's a mirror on the back side of the comb. I'm guessing a lot. Hey, when they say no parking or that don't park on the street certain hours because they're going to do some work, they mean it or this could happen.
That's what you get.
Probably a little mad at that person. I don't think this is going to work.
What?
Yeah.
Where do you go to get a beam or whatever that big, Mike?
It's hardware.
This guy has been looking for his keys.
An even better question.
This guy has been looking for his keys for 20 minutes.
I wonder where they are.
Whenever I can't find mine, I go out to the garage door. They go from the garage in the house, and they're always in the door. I know where they're hanging in the door. Again, we've seen this too many times.
Oh, wow.
That's what you get for doing that.
I don't know the story how Nicole.
You're gonna run it over and
Again, difficulty with the lines.
That makes me bad.
Sometimes they're testing the paint, but usually it isn't that messy. I have no idea what happened here.
Run off and
Stop right there.
This person was just having fun.
I knew somebody was gonna say that.
Somebody made a boo-boo in painting, tried to fix it, and they made it for turtles. But I guess if you're driving this car, that's where you park.
That actually looks kind of cool.
Oxymoronic.
No short
Short things.
No short. I'll be
And I'm gonna go to the carnival. I really want myself a
chest burger. Be thankful the last
Kids, don't remember, hey, you're bored this summer? Hey, why not?
Try drugs.
Hey, no.
Thanks, Mr. Spears. Thanks.
Try drugs.
Things that have faces that just shouldn't.
Oh,
Don't drink. Could you imagine?
That's amazing. I wonder if that was on purpose.
And talk about placement. I don't know.
Oh my god!
It's gonna make little kids cry.
I'm going to eat your soul. Derp.
No idea what happened
Wait,
there.
Michael, did you just say that's Emily?
Yeah, Emily.
Hey.
Wet raining. Well, no shirt, Sherlock. Beware loose sand. It got risen up because of loose sand. No fishing or diving from bridge. What?
I can only imagine this is one of those places that gets the sudden thunderstorms and there's a river for a while and then it dries up. Bridge.
Looks like Avalon.
Not sitting there.
I'll sit there.
And way too many of these.
Left lane must left lane.
I want to point out that the cake that Michael so generously brought me, everyone is liking the picture. Oh, Travis Moore, he's in my classmate. Gina Bowsley, she teaches down at the RLA. She was a student of mine.
I would have
fourth year teaching now.
If I followed you,
But I was just checking. I want to see the picture again. Was there a comma? You should have been happy every time a comma. They never put the comma.
Don't need
think
to.
there was. I don't know, it must be a rule in the cake decorating world, we don't add the comma.
I've never
25 seconds.
No, there wasn't. Although, the T was so close to Mickey, you probably couldn't have put one. Anywho, you know what happens, here's another mistake.
Huge me. You sick person. Just write happy birthday. What the
Somebody at Walmart, they got this display right.
Low price.
Yo!
Yes.
No, that's a monster. Yo, it's
Those are cookies!
That's
So
Grover.
not like this Cookie Monster.
It's Wally.
Lazy. Now, a student sent me this one, and I don't quite get it, okay, but I wanted to put it in because students sent it to me. I mean, there's got to be something here. I think, is this on an airplane? It must be.
Oh,
my God. Choke.
So it's like choking. That's what I thought.
I think that's in a car.
In a car.
Why would there be an extra seat for a
I guess because, okay, maybe the road thing at the top. I guess it's car. But it does the, okay, so choke, you're going to put it
No,
on.
I think that's just
Who said somebody. A student, I said. You did not hear me?
What is that? Quality.
That's ironic.
I don't know how long. Duct tape's good, but.
Is it that good?
I hope for good.
I mean,
I do not like the bike riders. We've proven this time and time.
you're gonna hit the curb, flip over, and bang your head on the
Give
floor.
them space. Well, get that thing out. Because apparently we don't like people trying to go upstairs either.
You're not fake.
Put tags where it goes stairs without
Is that thing?
Oh my God! Just turn it.
This was creative.
Rose and Jack. I'll never. Oh my God.
Titanic.
Titanic.
You're not tricking me.
Doritos. Cheetos.
Churritos.
Apparently they're trying to make us healthier with this display.
Juicy bacon. Juicy bacon.
This sandwich store was advertising their avocado wrap, and they listed all the ingredients, but they did forget one.
Avocado.
Oh, that's funny.
Bacon, pepper, jack, cheese,
Before finally
roasted
pointing out,
peppers.
hey, by the way, is there avocado in the avocado?
Sounds very good.
They're
Trust
just
issues, this is why we have.
Lay's sour cream and onion. New bigger size. Oh my God.
Okay, what's better, sour cream and onion or barbecue?
Barbecue.
All in favor of barbecue.
Oh, that's a tough choice, Mike.
Barbecue is
Get that nice smoky taste.
hot paper.
Salt and vinegar.
That's paper, guys.
Oh, those are good.
That's hot paper.
Hey, Jared.
Michael.
That's obviously hot paper.
But if someone gave you the little ice cream puff or whatever it is, are you eating this one?
What the heck happened there?
You know someone spent 20 minutes rearranging these.
Lime juice, lemon juice.
I like that guy.
And
It's Concord food.
I guess this is either ingenious or ill.
Really genius. Oh, that's genius.
That's actually smart.
I'm thinking
Safe
they're
plastic.
at like a hotel or something.
That's all it's on.
Something like that, you know. Why not? Bad day at the farm.
Oh no. So many wasted dead chickens. See those watermelons. Well, at least
Have
they're
any of you
seedless.
had this happen?
Yes.
Yes.
They missed.
About 4 days ago. And the bun was upside down as well. I was like, what the hell? It's a $4 burger.
How come it's always the hippo and the rhinoceros? I mean, I guess they
Upside down, it tastes different, huh? And when you eat it upright,
Something bad happened
when you
here.
put the
Dogs. Dogs. Well, maybe that's just what they call each other.
We need to change the font.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
And the irony here on this little fella's spelling test is the only word he spelled right is illiterate.
Oh,
that is tough.
Yes.
Secession.
Sure takes the time to spell right.
Emphasize opposition.
Could even spell like this,
We remember all who have served.
That's very nice, but you gotta be careful when you make the sign because there's 2 more words.
Hot breakfast.
We remember all who have served. Hot breakfast. We like hot breakfast.
Triple A.
Hey, speaking of all who have served, does this guy know something I don't know about history?
World War 11. What? He's
Where were you the other 9? Some.
He's from the future.
Some. So trampolines, you know, you just put the cage around the trampolines, you don't hurt yourself. Ow.
Trampolines.
Oh, how?
Don't jump.
Never in America.
At least it doesn't say electric
Too many
fence.
of these.
Not an entrance.
And, Florida. Or is it Florida?
Florida.
University of North Florida. We made a new place.
99-cent power every item, 99 cents and up or less.
What? Oh my.
That covers it all. There are no questions. There are questions here, though. Where did that used to be?
Bob.
And up or less.
I don't know if this is worse and get to the emergency hose, or if this would be worse.
I feel like I think they're doing this on purpose.
One of the most fun things about people protesting, you love to read their signs. What's this one say?
Get a brain. Oh my god.
It's get a brain, Morans.
Yo, I got delivery, know what I'm saying? I got 40 of these books.
You do. We're going to make a trade here. These for those.
Hi, Jerry. How's your day going today?
So he's from Boston.
So it's college graduate.
College graduate. How
What
did
it says about LSU. It should be. Oh, not that either. We see the collage a lot. That's what it is. Follow the instructions.
qualification? Wash by hand 30 degrees. No chlorine, no ring, no cold saw?
You don't know what that is, bro?
I don't know. I think they do this just to see if anyone ever read this stuff. Hey, when did the baked potato button start looking like
a poop?
the emoji was in less? Yikes.
And it's burning. Why is there steam coming off it?
Hey, another fun thing, go to the store, it might take some time. Rearrange these two things. Or maybe just move the sign. Question goes here, please.
Question goes here, please, thank you. Here, please, thank you. Yes,
what the question
no,
was.
maybe.
So sometimes people don't like the birds, and they can make little nests under your eaves in your house or places you don't want them. They sell this thing called the ultrasonic bird repeller.
Yeah, because that really works.
Oh.
And at this store, they had this.
Firewall.
I can do that.
You can't wear your shoes.
Just sprint. Sprint.
Sprinting makes it work.
Right, tell me when you notice.
I've sprinted across Legos. The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Hulk, Iron Man.
Follow the directions, kids.
Preparation instructions: 3 to 4 pancakes, 3 to 4 pancakes, 3 to 4 pancakes, 1 cup. Wait, what?
I guess size would matter, right? I don't know where you parked.
What? Oh my god. You're gonna crash into someone. Or like
Go home, you're tired. Yeah, Michael.
Wow.
He's loading books. Are you entertained by that and not me?
It's pretty
interesting.
You know, it makes me wonder, do people do that on purpose? Yellow curve.
I'm not sure why or what we would think of this.
That's not secret. It's not secret.
Don't tell anyone.
Deer. That's a giraffe. Man, no wonder kids these days are
Hear
kind
the
of
warnings
dumb.
all the time.
Buckle up, slow down, and drink and drive.
Oops. Forgot a word.
Oh.
Bicycle, bang.
Probably crashed.
Oh, the irony.
Fasteners.
And again, if you're ever the street line painter, come on.
Just use a
Come
spray
on
paint.
now.
Oh.
That's juicy. And I have no explanation. New York subway.
Wait, is that Killer
You
Croc?
never know what you'll see.
That's McDonald's, bro.
I hope you enjoyed the, you had one job,
That's wrong.
and that you had a great year. Thanks for a great year in purple.
Wait, it's freaking blue.
That's blue.
Come on, Max, work with me here. You're too critical. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first bozo of your last ever bozos. Because you ain't getting this next year, I guarantee. From Lake Moses, Washington. Or let me try to say that again. How about Moses Lake, Washington? Kayla Gomez. She was a passenger in a car that had been pulled over by police. The driver was arrested for driving with a suspended license, but the police had no reason to hold our bozo when she was released. Later, while searching the car, the police found a purse containing our bozo's ID, heroin, a pistol, paperwork for the last time she was arrested and released from jail. But still, there was no way to absolutely prove that the purse belonged to her, so the case was closed, right? Wrong. Here she is being arrested. How'd they catch her? Well, she went to social media. Posted this. Here's a hint of where I'm at. Not in jail. They set up a meeting. She showed up. Stay off social media, future criminals, please. This next story is pretty gross. Strong stomach, overtake stays down. From Boulder, Colorado, the story of a problem that occurred at a local festival. Police received report of a woman when she went to use a porta potty. She noticed something moving inside the tank. She asked a man then to go check inside of the tank. Now, I didn't have a picture of the guy checking, but it would look something like this. And he noticed something down there as well. Police were called, and sure enough, a man was hiding in the porta potty, spying on people. Really? Riley, do not.
Sit on them, they're gonna suffocate. Don't
Santa Clara, California, our bozos broke into a warehouse, stole thousands of dollars worth of electronic devices. They thought these things were cell phones or cell phone chargers. It was dark. They didn't know better. Things didn't go well, though, as the crooks took a beer out of the company fridge. He cut his hand in the process. He left behind fingerprints and blood. There's enough DNA to get us right there. But it only got worse from there. The company president informed police that what our bozos had actually taken were GPS trackers. They put these in packages to track shipments. All they had to do was turn a couple of them on, found our bozo. Don't steal those things, kids.
Yeah.
So this little video, this surveillance video outside the person's house just turned out to be very helpful, at least in showing the mistake. I'm not sure who the bozos are. This black car here are ATM workers. They drive around filling ATMs, with money. So he has stopped to kind of organize his car a little bit, and I guess they do it in kind of, just an ordinary car to not attract attention, right? And so he's organizing. Okay, I think we're ready to go now. Yes, we are. I'm gonna shut everything down. Gets back in the car, and oops, when he drives away, you'll see it. Leaves a little package, little bag. It is not more than just a few moments later. It's like 10 minutes, they said, maybe, that a van drives up and says, hey, where's that? Guy gets out of the van. Says, looks around. Just pick this up, and off we go. The bag contained $141,000. $141,000. Now the guys who left it realized just after. Police are called. They show up. The guys who left the bag, we have no idea where these guys are. They apparently stole some tires though from a tire store in Schwab, whatever they have there. So police are looking for them. That evidence, that boy. Would you like to find a bag with $141,000? I don't know who the real bozos are. I know who the bozo is in this though. Nicholas Carlson was pulled over after he was spotted driving erratically. As the police approached the vehicle, our bozo sped away. A few minutes later, apparently thinking he made a clean getaway, he did this.
Ordered McDonald's.
Whoops. He Oh, Mr. Pierce, would you quit pushing the button? He did this.
No, one more time. Yeah, I would have for like, I like ran from a cop like 30 minutes to an hour ago. I was the guy over there off of King's State. But like, what do we pay you guys for? Like, I've driven past 4 cops. What do you mean you ran from a cop? I mean, he turned his lights on me and got behind me, and as he was walking up to my door, I got the donut around him and left. Okay. So you want to now see the officer, or what is your question? My question is, I'm assuming he put an ATV out there that has someone looking for my car. So like, he definitely got the plate number.
So he's called him and said, what did he pay you for? I passed 4 police. You're obviously looking for me. Why aren't you stopping me?
What are you guys doing? Well, we're working on a mini call, sir.
Well, alright. I'll wait.
Well, the police eventually caught up with him, arrested him, of course, inside his vehicle, drug paraphernalia, jar of marijuana, THC wax, an unknown white powder, some pink tinted crystal stuff. He's arrested. Again, why? Here we are, we're going to head to this, I think it's a hot wing place, a chicken wing place, Crazy Wings. We're at Crazy Wings in Norfolk, Virginia. This was the scene. A man walked in with a gun, pointed at the lady, demanding cash, but look what she did in that bottom picture. She's not going to have anything of it. She goes after him. So she hasn't given you nothing. Watch this. She grabs that gun. Oh! The guy comes from back. He's got a big cleaver, big knife. He starts hacking at the guy. He actually has a gash in his back when police find him.
Cooking.
But it's what happens later that's interesting. He has left the gun there. She didn't think it was, she said, I didn't think it was a real gun. Watch your face here. She says, wait, is this real? My. Oh, this was real. He goes, finally was arrested. She says, I hope he can change his ways and doesn't do this anymore. Hey, we're going to head to the Taco Bell. Actually, time out. It's going to go back to Bozo's. Before I head to Taco Bell, one that doesn't have a picture. So at the convenience store, Ryan Sloan handed the clerk a fake $50 bill. He was buying some cigarettes and a drink. The clerk noticed the very poorly made bill was a fake, gave it back to our Bozo. As fate would have it, a deputy was standing right behind the Bozo. And he noticed what was going on. The deputy leaned over to Bozo and said, hey, do you have any more bills like that one? Our Bozo said, sure. Led deputy to his car, where he had several more counterfeit bills. Congratulations, Ryan. That's about as close as you get to arresting yourself. Now on to Taco Bell. This is Slidell, Louisiana. This lady really needed her Taco Bell. When she arrived, she was so dismayed. She was distraught. She was sad. They were out of hard shell taco. Oh my freaking God. No. So did she go to another Taco Bell? No. Did she go over to a burger place instead? No. She actually called 911 to complain and report that Taco Bell was out of tacos. She called the police department to complain. Police informed her while this was a crisis, there was nothing they could really do about it. No word if they're going to charge her with 911. A couple in Ohio accidentally dropped off a duffel bag at Goodwill. They were in the process of moving, making some donations. They dropped off a duffel bag at Goodwill. The Goodwill workers opened it. Here's what they saw inside. $100,000. Now, luckily they were able to track. It was $97,004, but we rounded up for story purposes. The couple had heard that their bank was closing, so they withdrew all of their money to take it to another bank, accidentally dropping the duffel bag off. But they were reunited.
I'd be like, thank you for the donation.
Bozo is there, right? Exactly, right?
You dropped it off. How could I know? Grand theft arrest.
Alrighty. So this Florida man. Whoops. I think I'm still. Gotta find my story. They're a little out of order. Yeah. Here we go. This man was arrested. The guy was arrested here. Accused of breaking into several private properties, telling the police, I'm only breaking into the houses so that I can escape these alligators that are chasing me. Our man here, Brian Berkeley, of Cape Coral, faces charges of burglary, grand theft, and criminal mischief. Deputies responded to a call of a man breaking into a house Tuesday evening. Homeowners told authority he broke into the home, stole a container of ice from the refrigerator. He told police, I broke into the home because I'm trying to get away from alligators that were chasing me and I needed a glass of water. Nothing else. They think he was high on meth. You know? Before on the right, after on the left. So don't try drugs. He doesn't look like anything. No, he doesn't. Does he really?
Yeah.
I believe you.
He's a good
So what does guava, a monkey, and a whole bunch of Indian money have to do with anything? Well, over in India, this monkey here, a crafty burglar. First of all, you'll see he has thrown a piece of fruit into this business. The owner's throwing it back out, but that was just a ploy to get in. He's going to answer your question. There we go. So monkey's in, running all over, causing monkey business stuff.
Like the people are just watching.
You're going to see one guy is so freaked out that he's just going to leave. Get out of here. Monkey's going crazy. But Monkey knows what he's doing. And I don't know if Monkey's been trained, but he heads right over to where the cash drawer is.
What if it was like a criminal mastermind and there was like a
And here he
remote
goes.
control monkey?
He knows exactly what to do. Look at this.
He's a
Grabs
boo.
the knife. 10,000 rupees. I don't know how much that is in ours. It's more than $2.
Remote control
Oh.
monkey.
It's $144 in our money, so it's not like he made off with millions. But there goes Monkey. No one knows where he went or what he's doing. Apparently, monkey theft in India all the time. Purses, buses, your Subway sandwich, nothing is safe from the monkeys. Look, it's a whole city.
That's, look, it's Trump.
Okay, we're going to head to Walmart. This story involves Play-Doh.
I hate Play-Doh.
You hate Play-Doh?
Yeah, I hate Play-Doh. I bought it for a dollar.
So he thought he could circumvent the anti-theft devices at the local Walmart by covering them in Play-Doh. So he smeared the gooey stuff all over the sensors and headed for the exit. Unfortunately, the plan didn't work as the alarms went off anyway. Thinking better of things, our bozo fled, leaving the items and Play-Doh behind. What he didn't realize, oh my gosh, Play-Doh makes excellent fingerprints. Yes, he left behind a perfect print in one of the globs of Play-Doh. Police used the print to identify him and place him under arrest. Look at that. Kids, be careful. You're trying to I don't want you
Hey, if I ever get away with making $10,000, I'll give you half.
So this guy did something many of us have only really thought about. In Vallejo, California, frustrated pedestrian Anthony Carson, he thought a crosswalk was needed at an intersection. So he took some paint and painted one. And while he was at it, he crossed out 3 other crosswalks that he thought weren't needed. Well, our amateur control officer was under arrest facing vandalism charges. People are actually using it. See the painted line, but it's crazy. Look at that face. Hot wings. Hot wings.
Those look delicious.
So you have a few too many hot wings, and you're driving your Camaro. Your 16-year-old driver in Canada. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police clocked a speeding red Camaro at 170 kilometers. It's about 105 miles an hour in Manitoba. The driver explained, "Look, I ate too many hot wings, and I really, really, really need a bathroom." Despite that explanation, he was fine. 2 things wrong. First of all, he's speeding. Second of all, he's not old enough to drive alone. He gets 2 tickets totaling $1,169. Those are some expensive hot wings. Man, I wonder what happened to his bathroom need. Hey, in Florida, a man, again, high on meth and amphetamine and cocaine and other things, stole a mail truck and led police on a high-speed chase. Now, if this lady was, I think this is going to be really loud. She's screaming, she's screeching. I think they beeped off all the bad words, but you know what, at this point.
The sharks. And takes a bite.
Oh, why are you on the road with the... Why are you walking?
What is she doing?
Oh, that's shit.
To the right, guys.
I'd be like, cool.
Oh my god!
Get right. You
Yeah.
criminal bastard.
Our boy here, Jesse Estep. When police were questioning, they said to him, "Hey, what do you want?" He said, "Methamphetamine." Methamphetamine? And then he said, "Oh, cocaine." Okay. And then he added, "Oh, marijuana." Oh, okay. Molly.
Yes.
Pills. A little bit of everything, right? Yes. He was okay though, thankfully. He did not get never had. I'm sorry, minor degrees. No big.
I'm surprised.
Hey, a few from the past. We enjoyed these earlier. Here we go.
Knocks himself out.
You saw this one earlier.
Workers from Hastings District Court are one of the worst escape attempts you've ever seen. CCTV captured two men making a break for it, but apparently forgetting they were handcuffed together. Disoriented after being pepper sprayed, their getaway ends in disaster.
You know they could have did
It's been enough. Police say he's got
They've done it in the toes.
Let's see, where's my next one? Right here. You enjoyed this one earlier. Whoops. You will enjoy it if I quit pushing so many buttons. You enjoyed this one earlier this year.
Oh, these dudes, what they doing? They're so sketchy. If I saw them walking toward me, I'd run.
Oh, I'm gonna hit the back.
He got knocked the hell out.
Yes,
Hey,
friends.
somebody go get Smokey.
You got that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, look, those help last one.
this video is the only one I know of. Walmart Middle School, former student, actually made Dave Moreland's bozo. The old Troutdale police station.
Hey, I've
This is
been
the
there.
old Troutdale police station. This young man has had a few run-ins with the police, and he was stopped earlier on Friday, I guess, and they confiscated his skateboard. Well, and good old Nate, his real name, because you don't have to care anymore, he wanted it back. And so he went to the police station. Of course, it's closed. So he's looking around. Puts his leg up, extra leverage, pulls in the handle. Checking over here, well, maybe one of the, I don't know, is this door open? Any of the buttons work? No, that opens the main door there, Nate. Good try, though. No, that one. None of these work. No.
Did you teach him?
Yeah. He did not pay attention to both. Now watch this, gets better. He's gonna really get some leverage here. Oh, Nate, come on, you can do it. That skateboard, you really need it.
Break your hand.
Oh, Nathan, what's going on?
Destruction of property.
Because they noticed the handle missing, check surveillance video, and they picked up Nathan. One more.
Did you tell him that?
Is he behind bars?
I think he has no idea.
Is he behind bars?
No. And of course, the coup de grace.
Get knocked the hell out.
Can't make that so.
I think the best part was to see knock out his friend.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed Bozos. Hey, listen. If you miss Bozos, Dave Moreland's Bozo Criminal. It's a website. Go there. He puts one up about every day.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna
All right. Just Google Bozo Criminal and find it. Right. I don't have time.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I'm doing this. Let's get out your daily geography, please. I hope not. The only ones I can.
So you really don't care anymore the last 2 days?
there they are, the mountains that answer number 1. These mountains have all kinds of names. They have a big name, but all the little peaks have a name. There's something called Devil's Playground, Pikes Peak, all part of it. There they are as well. They're called the Rocky Mountains. Don't look there. I don't stop. Look at that. Thank you. Number 2. Number 2. It's dry. It's hot. It's very low. Badwater Basin is part of it. Death Valley. Death. There it is. Almost in Nevada. Number 3 is Niagara Falls makes its plunge. Right, there's United States, New York on that side, Canada, Ontario, Canada on the other. Another angle right there. There's American Falls, Bridaldale Falls, Horseshoe Falls.